there. If, like me, you enjoy reading Hermetic texts, both ancient and modern, then you've probably noticed that there are reoccurring themes and subjects which continue as a thread throughout the tradition. One of these is the idea that a Hermetic practitioner will naturally excel in whatever profession or undertaking they choose for their working life. In modern works, such as those of Franz Bardon, we actually read of how the qualities cultivated in the personality and the mind of the practitioner and the powers that they gain allow them to achieve a lot more in their time than other people. In older texts, often we see an ironic, almost humorous counterpose created between the private training of a Hermeticist, which is in secret and not known by anyone, and their public work, which excels to the degree that they become famous and celebrated. But what is it about the Hermetic path which could lead to such excellence? Why would a Hermetic practitioner float to the top in whatever sphere they chose to work? If I start to contemplate this, the first thing that comes to mind is the advantage that the Hermetic outlook on life gives. The Hermetic philosophy is one of bringing forth goodness, and first and foremost, doing this within the self. So the Hermetic practitioner is looking for ways to improve who they are and what they do. They're wanting to cultivate greatness within and let this shine forth into the world. So they're excited about self-improvement. So rather than taking the position that many people have, which is one where they're trying to protect themselves against their faults, they are willingly embracing opportunities to learn better ways of doing things, to practice the things that they find hard, and to make sure that they're the best they can be in any circumstance. This leads to a full engagement you don't really see often in life. Learning to be more skillful, more powerful, and more effective, even in the minor things that they do. If you look around you, it's easy to see how rare this is. Indeed, most people don't improve much in what they do. So, if you look at someone and you look at their job, you'll see that although they're doing the same things for 8 hours a day, those things don't seem to be evolving. You'd think if you were practicing something that much, an obvious excellence would appear. But it doesn't. You'll see the person working in the shop never gets to the point where they're calculating the total price of things without the till. You'll see that the person working in the warehouse always goes to the wrong place for something again and again without ever learning. The barman never gets to the point where he's making cocktails and throwing things in the air and doing spectacular things. The reason for this is they're not engaging with an intention of self-improvement. So the Hermetic practitioner will stand out already because they'll be looking at what they're doing, intrigued by their mistakes and excited by their successes, trying to amplify the good things, looking at others, learning from their mistakes and their successes. Criticism will be something embraced, extracting the essence, the truth behind anything that is said to them, whether it's delivered skillfully or pleasantly or not. They will be looking to improve as a person. Likewise, this dedication to goodness means that the Hermetic practitioner will be far more on target, going in with a clear goal. They're wanting to achieve that task. They're wanting to bring forth the best outcomes for all in any given circumstance. So rather than going in with mixed motives or confused actions, they will be on target. And this, I believe, is actually enough for anyone who fully embraces this philosophy to start rising up within whatever area of endeavour they enjoy. If, however, we start to move from philosophy to practice, we can also see how the skills cultivated within Hermetic practice would also start to have an effect on someone's profession. First and foremost, a Hermetic magus trains in meditation. They learn to concentrate on certain subjects or to keep their mind on a certain quality or force for specific periods of time. This means that they are better at focusing than most people. So when they're doing something, they're fully engaged. This means that they have more insight. This means that they have more strength behind what they're doing. They're doing a more complete, more skillful job. That means that there aren't mistakes to correct. There isn't any form of half-hearted, partial undertaking that leads to having to go back to the job again. Everything is done more fully and more comprehensively. Likewise, this means that there will be less distraction. The Hermetic practitioner is used to dealing with distraction, whether it be a minor distraction of the body during their meditation, whether it be their emotions trying to claim their attention or lead them off course, or whether it be a noise or an influence around them. They are more on target. This means that not only are they able to do things better, but there's none of this displacement activity or easy victories or other forms of distraction that lead them off target. Being more on target like this has a lot of knock-on effects. It means that their prioritization is real. They're not being moved by the concerned emotions or mixed goals of others. They're not being moved by their own internal distractions. They're able to actually really prioritize things by what they are really doing, making sure that the important things are done first. This also means that they will be free of confused mixed motives, in the sense that work will be about the goal of work rather than about a sense of needing to feel they've done work. Many people have a strong work ethic, and they associate the amount of time spent, the amount of tiredness, the amount of suffering with their value. They're not able to work smart and skillfully. They have to work hard and lengthy. The Hermetic practitioner is looking clearly for results. So they're able to divide their time efficiently and with full focus, and then able to stop when they've achieved what they wish to achieve. And rather than adding more jobs or adding continual extra goals, they are able to have a clear, realistic understanding of when their task is done for the day, when their efficiency is going to go down if they keep working. and thus they are able to fully rest. And then they'll be able to fully apply themselves in a rested, positive state the next day. You can see how this kind of time management would become natural for someone who's used to sitting for 10 minutes concentrating on one specific thing. Sitting, timing their breathing repeats for one whole mala. In addition to this wonderful ability to concentrate and to work with skill and have a clear, unconflicted focus, the inner tranquility and detachment cultivated within our practice allows for more clear insight. It allows the practitioner to be more in tune with what they're doing, to look for timings, to look and see what really has the result. Not this intellectually engaging and always learning and being open to learning, but emotionally being in tune with what's actually happening. Listening to what is being said by others, not just in their words, but their actions. Seeing things as they really are. The practitioner has trained in gaining deeper insight through meditation, in learning to visualize with all their senses, and thus things appear more clearly. They have developed their memory, and thus lessons are learned more fully. They're used to learning to be flexible, to practicing things which are outside their comfort zone. So their range of ability, their perception of different options is far wider than it would be without such training. And through their training, they have become used to stamping their influence upon things. Their will projected. And thus, when they wish something to happen, their resonance has an authority. Their words have an influence that cannot be measured. In addition to all these abilities, the freedom, inner harmony, health, in integration that the practitioner has means that there are far fewer barriers within their workplace. So whereas other people may have areas in their personality which need to be integrated, they may have barriers in their perception set up to protect them. They may have health problems or trauma from the past which is restricting them. The integrated oneness, the harmonious and healthy nature of the practitioner means they have a superior freedom, allowing them to interact with the world in harmony, looking for means to work with how things naturally are, rather than trying to go in with a preset idea and trying to enforce their template of how things should be upon the circumstance. Truly, the whole path is one. So the skills gained within the Hermetic practice, the evolution that happens within the self, shines forth as brilliance and excellence within all endeavours in life. And thus we can see why it necessarily follows that the Hermetic practitioner must excel within their profession if their training is genuine. My name's Martin Faulks, and I hope this video is of value to all those seeking their own eudaimonia. Until next time, let's let every word, thought and action count.